So let's roll ahead with episode 94. Wait till the end of this episode. Kyle Verban is joining the podcast later on in the episode to talk about the USA men's national team. And I'll tell you what, it's worth listening to if you're a soccer fan or if you're just a fan of USA sports, to be honest with you. That's going to be coming up later on. But I want to talk a little bit about something interesting that happened this last weekend in the world of golf. PGA Tour was up in Ohio, the Memorial Tournament, Jack Nicklaus's tournament, the Golden Bear, we all know. So it's such a great tournament, to be honest with you, a fun tournament. A lot of people want to win this tournament. It's one of those tournaments. It's just prestigious in that way. So third round coming up, right? Third round finishing, Jon Rahm, 18 under. Let me give you some of a backstory real quick. May 31st, Jon Rahm finds out he was in close contact with someone that had tested positive for COVID-19. PGA Tour informs him he is in the contact tracing protocol, opted to stay in the tournament, to continue playing the tournament, had limited access to some indoor facilities, so on and so forth. The PGA Tour protocol, it is what it is. Plays Thursday, plays Friday, finishes Friday's round Saturday morning. Okay, so round 2 finishes Saturday morning. He gets a COVID test, again, a daily COVID test in this protocol. So he gets a test Saturday morning after round 2 before round 3. Finishing up his round 3, 4 o'clock, his test comes back positive. Okay, still not finished with his round yet, still on the course. He's now positive. The PGA Tour wants to get a confirmatory test that comes back positive. 6:15, positive COVID test, confirmed the first one, same sample, confirmed it, wasn't a false test. Jon Rahm, 18th green, leaving the green, finds out he now is positive for COVID and is forced to withdraw from the Memorial Tournament. And let's just say this, if he was in 10th place, 15th place, it would have hurt, right? It would have hurt. If he was in 40th place, no one would have cared, no one would have listened, no one would have paid attention. The dude was in first place by 6 strokes. First place by 6 strokes over Patrick Cantlay and Colin Morikawa. And I'm getting fired up because that's an insurmountable lead. Why did they not let this man go out and play at 5 a.m. the next morning just to finish the tournament and secure the bag, right? Winner of this tournament goes home with $1.6 million. Second place, $1 million. He was guaranteed first for all I care. I'm not even thinking second place for Jon Rahm. He's up 6. He's up 6 strokes. That doesn't mean if he shoots 6 over, he loses. That means the field has to gain 6 strokes on him to win. That's not happening. Not with Jon Rahm. I wouldn't have been surprised if he shot 4 or 5 under on Sunday for all I care. Dude was going to win the golf tournament. Point blank, period, end of story. Jon Rahm wins the Memorial, right? But that's not the headlines on Sunday evening because Jon Rahm is forced to withdraw. Patrick Cantlay, Colin Morikawa go into a playoff. Playoffs? That's probably something golf fans weren't thinking they were going to get. A playoff between Patrick Cantlay and Colin Morikawa. Colin Morikawa, one of the more up-and-coming young guns of the tour. Patrick Cantlay, a very steady Eddie guy. Actually, probably one of the quietest top 10 in the world guys that we know. I'm a big fan of Cantlay. You might not know who he is. That's that kind of guy. They go into a playoff. Patrick Cantlay gets the dub, gets the par on the 18th, and Morikawa bogeys the 18th. And the rest is history. Patrick Cantlay goes down as a winner of the Memorial Tournament. Unfortunately, the headlines for Patrick Cantlay are not him winning. It's Jon Rahm withdrawing, which is what I'm here talking about. Now, I want your opinions on this. I want your commentary on this, so please leave comments. Please hit me up and let me know what your thoughts are. But let me put this out there, okay? Back in March, PGA Tour offers all players the vaccine. Jon Rahm, let's just say he opted not to get vaccinated. Okay, so Jon Rahm does not get vaccinated. So one might say he is dealing with the consequences from his decisions, right? That's what one might say. And getting vaccinated, a very personal decision. If you opt to get vaccinated or not, that's a personal decision. That's up to you. But if you did opt to not get vaccinated, like Jon Rahm, he's dealing with the consequences right now of that decision. He lost $1.6 million because he did not get vaccinated. Now, I'm not saying go out and get vaccinated so you can get $1.6 million. That's not what I'm here saying at all. What I'm saying is as bad as I want to feel for Jon Rahm, he knew that if this happened, this would happen. No matter what the circumstances were, no matter what the situation was, he could have been in dead ass last or first place by a mile like he was. And it was an unfortunate situation he was put in, or that he kind of put himself in, but it was an unfortunate situation that he was in first by 6 strokes and had to withdraw because of the positive COVID test. Now, ironically enough, the Memorial Tournament was the first golf tournament that actually offered free COVID-19 vaccines at the tournament. They had a little pop-up tent there, courtesy of Ohio Health. Thank you to those Ohio Healthians up there. And they, I think, distributed a far fewer number than what they were expecting to distribute, which that is what it is. It's fine, whatever. That's cool. But Jon Rahm obviously was not at that tent. In fact, I'm pretty sure he went to try and get vaccinated after he tested positive to kind of reverse it. I don't know if that's a thing. He tried to reverse the He tried to reverse the virus. He tried to do that. Put it in a spin cycle is what he tried to do. And it didn't work. So he withdraws. Patrick Cantlay goes home victorious. And Colin Morikawa comes in second. But a great tournament nonetheless. Honestly, a beautiful tournament. And Sunday was more exciting because Jon Rahm withdrew, to be perfectly honest with you. But coming up, big PGA Tour event, U.S. Open coming up in about a week and a half at Torrey Pines. Be on the lookout for that on the Poojie Podcast. We will be having Torrey Pines preview, hopefully recording that here soon. If you have any info or insight and you want to kind of give that to us, feel free to do so. Hit us in the DMs on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram and subscribe, as always, on YouTube, of course, or your preferred podcast streaming platform. And thank you to our sponsors as well. But I want you guys to sit tight because Kyle Verben is joining us right now, and he's going to take us home on episode 94. So enjoy the next part of this episode. If you're listening on Spotify, I'm talking as if you're watching on YouTube, so I apologize about that. If you're watching on YouTube, you got to find the different parts of the episodes on the playlist or on the channel. Please go do that. Enjoy Kyle Verben joining the podcast. Thank you for watching this part of this episode. To continue watching this episode, please go find the next parts on the YouTube channel, as they may have already been released. If they have not already been released, they will be released shortly. Thanks again, and hope you enjoyed.